Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for those who have already joined me today. I'm super excited to give you guys a virtual tour of Nexford's online learning platform and online learning experience. So I've just been waiting a few more minutes for more people to join us. But I think for those who have already joined, I would love for you guys to introduce yourselves. If everybody can jump on chat and just tell me from where in the world they're joining me from today, as well as which Nexford program they wish to apply to. That way I'll have an idea about what topics I may have a chance to also additionally cover today. Come on, guys, don't be shy. If you can jump to the chat section or the chat box, just tell me from where in the world you're from. Fantastic. We have the first person here, Valentina. You're from Lagos, Nigeria. Amazing. We have a lot of learners from there as well. We'd love for you to join them. Hi, Andrew from Nigeria. We've also got Akanimu from Nigeria, Lagos as well. Amazing. Which Nexford programs are you guys interested in? Is it an MBA, a BBA, or otherwise? Okay, I see an MBA is the popular choice today. Hi, Taiwo, you're joining from Germany. Okay, that's I don't see that a lot. That's amazing. Thanks for joining me today. Okay, a lot of people into the MBA. That's fantastic. So hopefully we can cover some questions in regards to the MBA today, and then that can help all of you. Okay, we've waited long enough. So guys, I'll just officially start our virtual tour today. I'd like to start by introducing myself. My name is Mai, and I'm a Nexford Application Specialist. I've been with Nexford for over 3 years now. And during that time, of course, I've spoken with so many aspiring learners such as yourselves. And one of the common questions I get is how exactly will I be studying online at Nexford? How is the online learning experience like? And that's what I'm here to tell you guys more about today. So with that, let me start sharing my screen. Okay, I believe everybody should be able to see my screen right now. I'd love to get some sort of confirmation from you guys. If you can just say yes, or I can see it, or something like that on chat, or maybe you can just raise your hand. That way I can just know for sure that everybody's able to see my screen. Thank you, Valentina, for raising your hand. Okay, fantastic. Margaret, okay, all of you, I believe all of you can see my screen. Fantastic. Okay, so let's get started. So what you're currently looking at is the main homepage of our online learning platform at Nexford. So the learning management system we use is called Canvas, and you'll find that this is super user-friendly. It's being adopted by top universities like Harvard and Oxford. And the great thing is that you can access it on your PC or your laptop, but you can also access it on your mobile phone. So there is a mobile application called Canvas Students. You can download the app, whether you're on your iPhone or your Android phone. It is available on both. Just search for Canvas Student. And of course, when you get enrolled at Nexford and you get your login credentials, so that is your login info, you can be able to search for Nexford and then just log into your online program. That's going to allow you to study on the go. There are no specific times of the day or of the week that you need to be studying at Nexford. So we do practice a flexible pace structure, but it isn't fully self-paced. And by that, I mean, of course, there are deadlines that you're going to need to meet every week and every month in order to be on track with your program. So as long as you meet those deadlines, as long as you complete every Nexford course within 2 months, so that is 8 weeks that you have, which is really more than enough time. As long as you meet that, then it's really up to you. You can finish within that time or you can finish faster. So hopefully I can touch up on this again later in the virtual tour today. But I do want to talk a bit about, the flexible pay structure that we have and how it is possible for everybody to finish their program faster if they take more than one course at the same time. Okay, so this is the homepage, guys, and these boxes right here in the main dashboard, they represent courses you're either enrolled in at Nexford or resources that you always have access to. So for example, leadership and organizational development, this is one of the MBA courses. Roadmap to Success is one of the BBA courses. But NXU Orientation, this is sort of the welcome package that you're going to be required to complete once you get enrolled at Nexford. It is much shorter than any Nexford course. So every single Nexford course is designed to take you 2 months, 8 weeks to complete. And it includes 6 modules as well as a final project. So I want to show you an example. This is one of the MBA courses. And as you'll see, there is module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, like I said, and the final project. The way you would be graded is you would be graded on 5 assignments from the 6 modules, as well as the final project. So anything that says required are the ones that you can get grading on. All right, so 6 total assignments, including the final project. That is what you get graded on in every course. And every course, like I said, has 6 modules. So let's jump into the NXU orientation that I mentioned earlier. So this is something you're going to need to complete before you start your official Nexford program. So everybody's required to complete that. And what the orientation is all about is giving you all the tools and all the knowledge that you need to succeed through our online platform. You'll see it has 3 modules, like I said, which is really half the size of any course. And it really is all about telling you how to navigate through our online platform, how to reach out to your professor or fellow learners, how to use your learner benefits and your resources at Nexford, and so much more. So we will jump into the orientation right now. Of course, if anybody has any questions so far, please make sure, guys, to send it to the Q&A chat, the Q&A, box, or the Q&A segment, so I can get to your questions at the end of the webinar. This will be a sort of short virtual tour today, so make sure to benefit from that time that you have. While you have me online with you, I'll do my best to answer any questions you have about the Nexford learning experience, about the online platform, and so much more. So please make sure to send your questions. And for anybody who's just joined, just to let you know, this is being recorded, so you have not missed much. You can ask our team for a playback of the webinar so far. And of course, if you ever have to leave the call or anything like that, then you can always watch the playback. So that's another good thing. Okay, guys, with that, let's jump into the NXU orientation. So this is the introduction of the orientation. Right from the beginning, you'll find there is a welcome video from our founder and CEO, Fadl Tarzi, and he tells everybody about how Nexford started and what is Nexford's mission. So I'd like to play this for you guys just for a few seconds.
It's been said that the future is a convenient place for dreams, so why not dream big? I've always known education changes lives, but I first realized its impact over a decade ago. On my entrepreneurial journey, I saw a gap between the skills of college graduates and the needs of employers. With my own startups, I struggled to find people with the right competencies. For example, I couldn't find a software engineer with effective communication skills. I couldn't find the creative designers who could plan.
Okay, guys, that is just a sneak peek for you. Hopefully you can watch it in its entirety once you get enrolled at Nexford. As I scroll down, you'll find that there is a written transcript that you can download for the video, and that is an option for any embedded videos within our courses. And I just want to let you know that this video right here is just a small example of the different and dynamic elements through which you're going to be doing your studying at Nexford. So it's not just going to be a lot of text. We don't want our learners falling asleep. So you're going to find there are embedded videos like these. Sometimes there will be audio clips that are embedded also. There will be blog length articles, little exercises here and there, outside resources, YouTube videos, and so much more. And as you go through the orientation, we tell you about some things that you can join from the beginning that can help you with your Nexford learning experience, such as joining our NXU learning communities. And these are led by other Nexford learners that are industry experts in some specific industries. So those can be entrepreneurship, for example, if that is something that you're interested in. If instead you're into HR, finance, or marketing, then I recommend joining those learning communities instead. Additionally, there are WhatsApp study groups, and I really recommend you guys join this from the beginning. You'll find that there are so many different study groups you can join. It's very useful, of course, to have a study buddy. So you'll find that some of these are country specific, intake specific, or program specific. So you can join so many different ones, and there are new ones getting started up every now and again. You can even start up your own study group on WhatsApp. And as you keep going, you'll learn more about the different offerings that Nexford has. And then you go through the University Starter Kit, for example, which tells you about how the courses are ordered, how you can take more than one course at the same time. If you ever need to withdraw from a course, if you ever need to take a break from your program, that is definitely an option, regardless of which program you're studying. So you can ask our team about that. Of course, you'll learn all about the deadlines, whether it's for participation or for your assignments and so on. That is the orientation for you guys. Like I said, you're required to complete that once you get enrolled at Nexford, and enrolling means that you need to pay the one-time $20 application fee, submit your required documents for the program that you're studying or you're applying to at Nexford. And then upon getting a successful application decision, you need to get enrolled. And that often you need to pay at least the first month of your Nexford tuition to get officially enrolled in the intake of your choosing. And then once you choose your intake, anytime from today until you actually start your program, you will receive early access to our online platform. You can go through the orientation comfortably. You can also get early access to all of our learner benefits, which I will cover today. So one of those, by the way, is that you get full access to Microsoft Teams and all of its programs. And as you go through also the orientation, you learn all about the types of support that you get aside from the benefits. So you'll also get acquainted with our success team. So our success team are comprised of these success advisors, which we consider to be sort of your coach or your mentor throughout your program. They're always there 24/7 to assist you with anything that is related to your program, and whether it's even just to reach out to your professor if you're unable to, they can help you connect with them, and so much more. Okay, that's the orientation for you guys. Anyone has any questions about this section so far, please send it to the Q&A section or the Q&A box. Oluwatoyosi, I see that you're saying no audio. Is anyone else unable to hear me? Is the sound unclear in any way? I hope that everyone has been able to hear me just fine. Okay, sound is clear for academia, fantastic. Okay, I hope everything's just fine, guys. And with that, I'll just continue. So that is the orientation. And then you guys will see that there are these colors, right? With these 3 dots, which is something that you can control and you can select. You can even choose to do a color overlay. So these are just some fun things in the online platform that you can play with. So where does this make a difference? It's in the calendar. So if you click on the calendar, you'll see right here that the courses that you're enrolled in have different colors, which is what you can control. And that way, any reminders or events related to that course are in the same color in the calendar. They get automatically added there. So that way, you never miss out on any important assignments, any important events, and you're always connected to your courses. Of course, you can click anywhere and add your own event, your own to-do list or to-do item onto the calendar. You can click on more options if you want to add more details to that event in your calendar. And the great thing is, of course, this can be synced, can be synchronized with your PC or your laptop or your mobile phone calendar. So that way you never miss out on anything. And then there is an inbox, you guys. So the inbox is one of the easiest ways you can communicate with anybody in the university. Here you do receive these sort of announcements from faculty. So any kinds of announcements, whether it's from faculty members or perhaps our tech team or anybody else, you can receive that on your inbox. But I want to tell you guys how easy it is to compose a new message. Just click on that. And let's say you want to send a message to a fellow learner, somebody, let's say, who's studying this course that you're enrolled in. They're studying it as well. Just pick if you want to speak to a teacher or a student. Let's say you want to speak with Abigail, just put in your subject, put in your message and send. And it's that easy to speak with a fellow learner or a student, or as well as a teacher or professor. Right. So if you do want to know, let's say you are due to start this course at the beginning of the next month, and you want to find out who's actually the professor of this course, you open any course, you'll find there is a section called People. If you click on that, it should show you not only which professor is teaching this course, but also what other learners are studying this course with you. You'll see here, there should be role, and under that it says whether the person is a student or a teacher. If you go to look for teacher, for example, this one is Dr. Bill Reed, and that is how you can know who is actually studying, who's actually teaching that course. And that way you can even send them a message if you want. Okay, that is how you can figure out who to send a message to, right? The last thing I want to talk about, the last, I would say, box in the the dashboard right here is the writing lab, right? So this is one of the many resources that you always have access to as a Nexford learner. So it is not a course that you need to complete and then it disappears from your main dashboard. It'll always be there. And this is because we know that not everybody is a natural born writer. And for the types of assignments that you're going to be required to do sometimes at Nexford, you may be required to use a certain formatting that you have not had any experience with before, such as APA formatting. So this is going to tell you all about that. There is a module section here, which you can start with, and it has a lot of resources and videos for you under many different topics. Whether you want to get more tips on paragraph structure or grammar, and so on, you'll find all the info for that here. And then we have a couple of FAQs for you. And if that doesn't answer your question still, you can go to the homepage where you can schedule a one-to-one session with a writing lab coach. So if you just scroll to the bottom, you'll find our writing lab coach, Caroline Fernandez, with a little bio for her here, so you can get acquainted with her, and then this booking link. So if you just click on book a one-to-one meeting, it takes you to this booking page for Caroline, where you can book a 30-minute call with her on the time that suits you. Just pick the day, pick the timing, depending on your time zone, of course, put in your details and book. And it's that easy to book a one-on-one session with Caroline and to ask her any writing related questions that you have. You'll find that at the top, there are all these announcements, right? And you would have seen these if you noticed also in your inbox. So these are drop-in sessions that Caroline regularly holds. So she does inform everybody, she does announce these sessions beforehand. She may be covering specific topics or specific areas in these drop-in sessions, which she will of course announce also before that. And I would totally recommend also joining these drop-in sessions instead of the one-on-one sometimes, in case you want to have the opportunity to hear from different learners around the world. These drop-in sessions can be joined by maybe around 100 learners at a time. So that's a great opportunity to meet other learners. And of course, hear different questions, different answers that may jog your memory about what other areas you need help with, if instead you'd rather have this call instead of holding a one-on-one session with Caroline. You'll find that these also have PowerPoint presentations. They also get recorded for reference. You can always watch a playback of these drop-in sessions. So there's a lot of support here in relation to writing. Hey guys, so this is all the boxes right here. The last elements I want to talk about on the left side here in the navigation pane. Of course, if you click on courses, it just shows you which courses you're enrolled in. If you click on history, it just shows you the last items on our online platform that you clicked on, the last pages. You can go back to that for fast access. And then finally, there is LinkedIn Learning and Library. So the library is our NXU library. NXU stands for Nexford University. And it is a robust library of over 60 million resources that cover so many different topics and industries around the world. This can be used as a great research tool for you as you're studying at Nexford. As you can see, they cover so many different topics. They include encyclopedias, they include blogs and articles, and so much more. So of course, you have unlimited and free access to this just by being a Nexford learner. This can really help you with your studying. And then there is LinkedIn Learning. So if you haven't heard of LinkedIn Learning yet, it is, of course, connected to LinkedIn. And as a Nexford learner, you get unlimited access to over 16,000 LinkedIn Learning courses and videos. And they don't necessarily have to be related to the Nexford program that you're studying. So you'll find that these cover so many different topics depending on your interest. Sometimes there will be some courses or videos related to a certain module or a certain course that you're studying at Nexford. And we will put that within the course as a suggestion for you for additional learning. That is optional, of course, only if you want to. So I want to show you an example of that here. I go to the module, for example, if you scroll to the bottom a bit, right here in module 1, there is a section called expand, which means it is optional for you. If you want to expand on the learning of this specific module that's related to this topic, you can take, for example, this LinkedIn learning course called Change Management Foundations. So you'll find that a lot in so many of the courses, and that way we do encourage you and we do give you tips on which LinkedIn learning courses you can take that is in relation to the Nexford course that you're studying. And of course, once you complete a LinkedIn learning course, you do get a certificate of completion, and that is a super benefit. That is something you can add to your CV or your resume, and you get to show your community, your employer or employees, or so on, that you are learning on the go. You're not just waiting to complete your Nexford degree, but you're actually attaining skills that you can apply right away. So that is LinkedIn Learning, guys, and it is only one of the many career-related support that we provide you at Nexford. So you can go to our career page just by going to nexford.org/career, where you can learn about our career services portal and how we help you with your career development. So please do go through these different areas, but I will scroll to the bottom just to cover the different offerings. So I already discussed LinkedIn Learning. If you're based in Africa, which luckily a lot of you who are joining me today are in fact in Africa, this means you also get unlimited and free access to IBM Digital Nation Africa. So this is another platform with courses and videos for you, a lot of learning for you there. If you are more interested in cybersecurity or AI or tech-related programs, even programming, then this is the place for you. We also have Localized, so this is one of our many offerings. It's a great platform where you can create a profile for yourself and you can get connected with career coaches and mentors around the world. You can even join virtual job fairs and so much more. So if you have the time, guys, do also explore this and find out how this can certainly help you with your career. And then we also have the Global Grid. So if you haven't heard of the Global Grid, it is an initiative that we launched earlier, I believe last year. And it is a mentorship program that is meant to enable talent around the world to prepare for remote jobs. You'll find that there are live webinars that can be joined by anybody. So we do announce these regularly when we hold them. But then there are these group mentoring sessions that are, of course, exclusive only to Nexford learners. And you'll find that our mentors were handpicked for their industry expertise, and they work in companies like Samsung and Coca-Cola. You guys can learn more about that on our website. And then there is also Forage. So Forage is a career resource where you can get virtual work experience at real companies. And that can be like JP Morgan, Accenture. So it's a free resource that complements your learning as you get to apply the skills that you learn. Plus, you can actually choose to share your task submissions with recruiters, which can lead to interview opportunities for internships. So anything that is related also to a course that you're studying under Forage, you'll find that we put that there just like we did with LinkedIn Learning. So let me show you. Right at the beginning here, for example, for the module, for this module, you'll find virtual work experience program we put for you here. Something that you can take, and that way it is related to this leadership and organizational development course, for example. Okay, guys, there is a lot to unpack about our online platform and about all the different learner benefits and how to navigate through the program. So I do apologize if I wasn't able to go through all of it today, but I will cut the virtual tour short here just to start taking questions. And then, of course, you guys can also ask me what else you would like to learn more about. If you have any specific questions, then I can help cover that for you. If you want to learn more about the application process and the steps and so on, please do let me know. Is everyone on the call aware that our next intake starts on February 1? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that also, and if you're aware of the application process, and if you have already reached out to our team to get that sort of support. Okay, let me start with the questions that I see on chat on the question and answer box here. So I have one from Henry. He says, "Hi everyone, my name is Henry from Nairobi. Nice to meet you, Henry. You're interested in an MBA. Fantastic choice. Okay, and you're interested in MBA, but you do not have an educational qualification in business. I understand there's a foundation course to be done before proceeding with the main MBA. How long does this course take to complete?" Yes, you're correct in that, Henry. So if you have a bachelor's degree or some form of tertiary education that isn't already in a business related field, you will be required to take our business foundation certificate, which includes 4 courses that you're going to need to complete. On average, they can take 5 months to finish, right? But anybody can finish it in even 3 up to 8 months maximum. So again, this falls back to our flexible pay structure at Nexford. So depending on your GPA, depending on your grade is, which of course is formed depending on your performance on the assignments and so on. So the higher your grade, the more number of courses you'll be allowed to take at the same time. So for example, if you have a 3 I think 0.0 GPA, then you can take 3 courses at the same time. If you have 4.0 GPA, then you can take 4 courses at the same time, which is the maximum in a term. So that way you can take our business foundation courses, I think in an average to 4 to 5 months, I would say, but you can finish it in 3 or you can finish it in 8. So it does depend on your schedule, on your goals, on your grades, and your ability, of course, to take more than one course at the same time. So I hope that answers your question, Henry, and that that wasn't too complicated. I'm happy to elaborate on the flexible pay structure yet again. Okay, anonymous attendees asking, is the time on the platform synchronized to the learner's time zone? There is a time calculator, time zone calculator, which anybody can use in the online platform, and that way it can tell you right away which time zone you need to use. But the platform, I think, is synchronized to the US time zone, and that's going to be clarified for you, of course, in the online platform once you get started. And of course, if you add anything to your calendar and so on, that will be synchronized to your time zone. So please don't worry about any time zone issues. So far, our learners haven't had issues with that anyway. Okay, I see a question on chat here from Nkechi who says, I would like to know if I can finish the marketing course in less than 3 months. Can you please clarify which marketing course you mean? If you're talking about any of our single courses at Nexford, then those take 1 to 2 months to complete maximum, right? So any single course is just comprised of 6 modules and they need to be completed in 2 months. If you're talking about a short certificate, so those on average take 5 months to complete. The fastest you can complete them is 3 months, but it would not be possible to finish a short certificate in 2 months. The minimum would be 3 months. I hope that answers your question if you're talking about our 360 marketing certificate. Valentina, hi. You say, please can the provisional business course be taken all together with the actual MBA course? It is technically a prerequisite, right? So it is that you will be taking it at the beginning of your MBA course. So as long as you finish that, you can then jump right away into the core curriculum of our MBA. So you would still be on track to take our MBA course. You wouldn't need to enroll again, right? So that is the natural pathway to our MBA course. But you're going to need to complete them in order, the 4 business foundation courses first before you can start the MBA curriculum. I hope that makes sense, Valentina. Does anybody else have any more questions? Is everybody aware of the application process? Hey, Henry, another great question from you. You said you have completed the registration for the program. How long before I get feedback? I love this question. So if anybody has completed their application, as long as you made sure you met the admission requirements, then you should have no problem with your application. You should get a response pretty quickly from our team. It can take 1 to 2 days, but the maximum, I would say, 7 business days. But the more clear your admission requirements or documents are, if let's say we requested a copy of your bachelor's degree certificate and you've uploaded that, then great. If it's in English, then that will also help make that faster, of course, for our team to review. You've paid the $20 application fee, you've uploaded some proof of English proficiency or clarified that you will provide the proof of English proficiency within 60 days of your chosen program start date. If your names on your documents match, so on, if you don't need an affidavit for some sort of name change, things like that. If things are pretty clear, then like I said, it should take 1 to 2 days, sometimes even same day response to your application. But the maximum time, I would say, if there are any sort of challenges, any back and forth between you and our admissions team, then it can take 7 business days. We do have an application guide, Henry. We do. Let me send that on chat for everybody also. So this is a step-by-step guide through the application and enrollment process, guys. So please make sure to go through it. I think it'll really help you with your application. Then we have one that is specific to Nigeria. This is for any sort of Nigerian documents that you may be uploading. Let me also send you that one. Okay, Valentina, you said, please, how soon or late can one start? Anybody can start anytime, and that is because Nexford's programs start on the 1st of every single month. So our next intake starts on February 1, but you can choose to start March 1, April 1, May 1, June 1, and so on. So it is on the 1st of every single month. That is our intake. And to get enrolled into any intake, you need to make sure you apply and enroll by the 27th of the previous month. So to join our February 1 intake, you need to make sure you get enrolled by January 27th. That way you can secure your spot in the February batch of learners. So let me know if that answers your question, Valentina. And also to clarify, so let's say we have maybe a running scholarship or promotion or so on, that is at a limited time offer, right? And so to enroll this month, for example, even if you get enrolled in January, you can still choose a future start date. So if you get enrolled anytime within January, you can still choose to start your program on April 1. You don't have to start on February 1 right away if you're not ready to start your program for any reason. So you guys, if you go through the application guide and so on, you'll find that everything is quite clear. Any other questions, guys? I see I missed a question here on chat, sorry, from Andrew. Please, can you explain the financial support for students? So first of all, I want to clarify that Nexford is one of the most affordable online American universities in the world. So the Nexford degree costs 87% less than the average American degree, right? Having said that, anybody can also find that their program is more affordable once they complete it faster. So the more number of courses you can take at the same time, the faster you can complete your program and the less you would pay in total. And in that way, you would be definitely saving on your program because you only pay for the months you spend studying. Again, having said that, we do have some scholarship offers in place. You can find out more about them on our website and see if there are any in your country and if you're eligible for our current available scholarships. We also have a scholarship form that you can fill in the case that our scholarships are not something that you can currently apply for. And that way you will be in our scholarship mailing list so that if we offer any future scholarships, you would be informed. So I'm going to put on chat here, you guys, our WhatsApp number, as well as our team's email address for our help team in case you have any additional questions. You need more support, just please don't hesitate to reach out on that contact info where you will be assisted by our other Nexford Application Specialists. and they will be more than happy to answer any questions that you have about our application process or about scholarship opportunities and so much more. I also hold these virtual tours one-on-one every week. So I think you can catch me Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Just pop into my schedule. You can do that through the booking link that I've also shared on chat. So that is booking forms, nexford.org/booking-forms. If you go there, you'll find that there is a booking link where you can book a 15-minute virtual tour with me if you wish for me to cover any other aspect of our online platform. I'll be more than happy to do that for you guys. Meanwhile, that is our WhatsApp number for Nexford's main WhatsApp line. So I've sent that also on chat. So please, guys, don't hesitate to reach out on that. Any other questions, guys? If anybody is not based in Nigeria, if you're based anywhere else in the world, please fill the form that I have just sent right now on chat. That way, if we have any possible scholarship offers in the future, we'll get in touch. I've sent the application guide for everybody. I've also sent our contact info and also the link for scholarships outside of Nigeria. So do check that out, guys. Additionally, I will send you the link for our scholarships page. Is in general what scholarships we currently have available. We have a question here from Bridget. Hello, I'm late, but would like to know about the classes that take place. Sure, I'm happy to tell you, Bridget. No worries. Also, this was recorded, so you can watch the playback just by asking our team, or you would probably receive a playback in your mailbox because you're registered. But to answer your question, so Nexford's classes start on the beginning of every month. So our next intake or our next batch of learners, our next class, I would say, is February 1. Okay, so you would need to apply and get enrolled by maximum January 27 to join our February batch of learners. All right. Okay, see another question from you, Bridget. They're asking, are they pre-recorded or live? Okay, so there are no live lectures and they aren't pre-recorded. So you study quite differently at Nexford. You'll learn in many different ways. That is through live engagements, chatting with other learners. Sometimes you'll join discussion forums, case studies. You could join a group project with fellow learners. You can definitely have video calls and so on with professors for assistance with other learners. But there will be case studies, videos, blog posts, news articles, and always something to keep you engaged. You'll find also audio introductions, of course. You can listen to content on the move. You'll find there are weekly faculty webinars, an optional FaceTime, of course, with faculty. Content is always available for you to go back to review even earlier content. You'll find there are guest speakers sometimes, and there are elective sessions on hot topics, and a ton more. So I covered as much as I can about that today, about how you would be studying online. So I do recommend you watch the playback, or you can jump also on our YouTube channel where you can find a ton of content from fellow learners and professors, and even events held by Nexford that can give you a big insight on how the Nexford online experience is like. So I hope that answers your question, Bridget. I see another question here from Victoria. It says, when you graduate, how does the celebration take place? That's a good question. So first of all, anybody can graduate no matter where in the world they're from, of course. So if you graduate and you're in Nigeria or Kenya or the US or wherever, you can graduate from the comfort of your own home, and you still have, of course, an American degree, for example. But if you wish to join any of our graduation ceremonies, so we are holding one every September in the US. We did hold one last September. We also held one in Nigeria, which was our second graduation ceremony to hold there, because we have a lot of learners that had graduated in Nigeria at that time. We held one in the past in Egypt. We're going to hold as many graduation ceremonies as we can locally, depending on, I guess, the mass of learners or Nexford graduates we have in that area. I can't clarify for sure which other countries we're going to be able to cover in the coming period, but do stay tuned, of course, to our website and to our mailing list and so on. We also plan to hold, of course, a virtual graduation ceremony so that those that are unable to travel can still join those graduates live. And if you do plan to, of course, join our graduation ceremony in Washington, D.C., we're going to help you with a letter of invitation to join our ceremony there. Let me send you a link for the photos of our most recent graduations. Okay, I send that to you in the Q&A box, Victoria. A question from Kechi. Do you have scholarship opportunity for Nigeria? Yes, we currently do. Please reach out to our team on WhatsApp for help on that. So I will send our WhatsApp number again, guys. Okay, Gideon is saying, I have an issue with my national ID since it's not clear. The face cannot be recognized, but I was promised that it will be ready in 1 month time. That is February. Can I start the program as I wait for it? I'm so sorry, Gideon. Having a valid form of identification is one of the main admission requirements at Nexford. We would not be able to complete your application without a valid form of identification. I'm sorry to hear it's taking time. I don't know if you would be able to complete it by January 27. Do you think that is a possibility for you? If not, we do offer different forms of, different ways that you can prove your identifications. You can apply with an international passport if you have one. If not, you could do so with a driver's license. You can do so with a voter's card. You can even do so if you have your birth certificate, and then you can add just a clear photo of your face so that we can verify that with your birth certificate. And then that way, that can be your valid form of identification if you would not rather wait for your national ID. Okay, guys, any final questions before we wrap up our virtual tour today? Please don't hesitate to reach out to our team further with any questions on WhatsApp or our help inbox. We'd be super happy to help you. I see some final questions being rushed in here. Victoria saying, I would like to ask about the single courses and BBA courses. Okay, so we do have a lot of single courses at the undergraduate level as well as the graduate level. So the undergraduate ones are the intermediate ones, and then the graduate level ones, of course, are the advanced single courses. They each take 1 to 2 months to complete. They vary in prices. So of course, graduate level courses and programs cost more than the undergraduate ones. So I will just send you a link to our courses, Victoria, as well as our BBA courses, because there's a lot to uncover there. So I recommend you thoroughly go through our website to learn more about it. Send you our BBA link as well. So we currently have a lot of different BBA specializations that you can learn about. Victoria, you say, how many single courses can I take to lead to a degree? It depends. While our courses are stackable, so if you do take a single course or a short certificate, and it includes courses that are already included in any of our degree programs, once you enroll in our degree program, you're not going to need to take those courses again. Anything that you've already studied with Nexford can, of course, be skipped. However, there are 40 courses that you need to complete in order to have our BBA degree. So I still believe the fastest route, of course, and the best route is to take our BBA directly. But I understand maybe for financial reasons, some learners would like to break down their program and then not have the commitment of a full degree program. To me, that may be the reason you want to take single courses that can eventually lead to a degree. In that case, I suggest you book a consultation with our team, and that way we can advise you with which courses you can begin with, so that perhaps it can help you lead to a BBA in the future. We send that to you. Dana saying, assuming you have already registered for a BA and have not started yet, but wish to go in for an MBA, do you need to register again? Good question, Susanna. No, as long as you've registered, you've paid the $20 application fee, you've submitted your documents and so on, you're not going to need to do that again. However, if you're applying for a different level of a program, such as a graduate level instead of an undergraduate, our team may request from you different documents. So for our MBA, you are required to provide proof of tertiary education or anything that is equivalent to a bachelor's degree. Whereas for our bachelor's program, our BBA, you're only required to provide proof of your high school education. So that is where it may differ. You just may need to send additional documents to our admissions team, but you're not going to need to pay the $20 application fee again or start your application process from scratch. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, Gideon is saying, I tried with my birth certificate, but it was not accepted. I can't tell the reason. Can one do an MBA if he has no BBA? Sorry, Gideon, I don't know why it was not accepted. You can ask our admissions team, and they would be more than happy, of course, to clarify for you why it was not accepted. Often it could be maybe something was not clear in the birth certificate, or perhaps you did not provide it with a picture. Just clarify it fully for our admissions team. Let them know that this is the birth certificate that you have, as long as it's clear. Just add with it a clear photo of your face. It needs to be at least just of your head and your shoulders. You can't be wearing sunglasses. It needs to be a clear photo of yourself. Add that with your birth certificate, and you should be able to apply with that. If there's another reason that they're not accepting it, just ask them directly, and they would be more than happy to tell you the reason. As for your question about can one do an MBA if he has no BBA, definitely. You can do an MBA. You don't necessarily need to have a BBA, but you need to have a bachelor's degree, right? So the only way that you can apply for a master's level is that you need to have something that is equivalent to a bachelor's degree. And this can vary in every country, right? Because everybody has different requirements and different admission requirements and different ways that they consider these documents or these qualifications to be. So for example, if you are based in Nigeria, if you have an HND and you have an OND, then you only need those two to apply for our MBA. You need your HND and your OND transcripts to apply for our MBA degree program. You don't have to have an actual bachelor's degree. As long as you have those transcripts, those will be verified by our team, and then you may be able to apply for our MBA directly. Similarly, if you have a PGD in Nigeria, then you can use that to apply to our MBA directly. So those are just some examples for you guys. It doesn't apply in every country. Check out our admission requirements. Check out the links that I have shared on our webinar chat today. That'll help clarify a lot of things for you guys. And do not hesitate to reach out to our team on WhatsApp or our help team at help@nexford.org with any additional questions, and we will list it out for you step by step to make sure you have all the info you need so that we can assist you with your application and get your Nexford learning journey started. Hey guys, I think it's time to wrap up our virtual tour today. I hope I was able to answer all your questions. I didn't miss any. Again, you guys know how to reach out if you have additional questions. Please don't hesitate. I hope you enjoyed the virtual tour today. I cannot wait for you to join Nexford's global learner community from over 95 countries around the world right now. It'll be wonderful to have you guys on board as well. And I can't help but catch one last question from Andrew here. I'll answer that quickly before ending our call. So you're saying, if I acquire an MBA from Nexford, can I use it to acquire admission into any other school? Yes, Andrew, you should be able to apply to any other school with Nexford's degrees. However, everybody has different requirements and policies as to what they accept. So I recommend first and foremost, you check with that other institution or that other university right away to just make sure about their policies and what they accept first. And Gideon, you're saying I applied for an MBA and it went through, but I'm yet to start my program. What should I do as to do the BBA? Okay, you applied for an MBA, Gideon. Do you not currently have the required admission requirements? So you need to check that with our team, and we can advise you of the relevant program. If it is in fact the case that you are not eligible for our MBA, then our team can recommend that you do a shift to the chosen program to apply for our BBA instead. Okay, all right, guys, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for taking time out from whether it's your afternoon or your evening, or so on today for joining me in the virtual tour. Like I said again, don't hesitate to reach out to us for more help. And I super look forward to you guys joining us in February or anytime this year to start your Nexford learning journey. So thanks again for your time. And this you can always ask for a playback to watch a virtual tour again. So thanks everybody. Have a good day or a good evening.